Well, you kind of only catch the stream because of me streaming at 2 a.m. for once, which I haven't done in a while. I would like to stream in the day, but things kept coming up. No, I was actually just kind of addicted to playing Xenoblade 2. I need to finish that game. It's pretty fun, and I like it. Thanks for the good luck. It's gonna be one night, or sorry, one run tonight. Just by virtue of not having a whole lot of time. Because I've lost all control of my life. No, it's because, I'm a night owl. I stay up late and I stream runs late at night. It's the only time I can guarantee an unobstructed stream. I just felt awkward streaming in the day most of the time. I don't have class until I don't have to leave for class until 12:30 tomorrow, so here we go this side because it really doesn't matter what angle you head to the desk, it'll automatically jet you right to the front of it. So this is also going to be on the Wii, which I finally have a proper replacement Wii for to run this game on. I've noticed that my old GameCube was running at a fairly slow disk speed, or it might have just been that its lasers for reading disks were a little dated, so I was losing frames on every single load, which add up to a substantial amount of time over the course of the game. As many loads, however short they are, as this one has. So there are 64 total battles in this entire run. So you have the load for starting the fight, the load for being able to customize your Robo, the load for the beginning of the actual fight, and the load between the fight and the concluding, and you know, the ensuing cutscene afterwards. So the basic strategy for, yeah, it is a lot of frames. Basic strategy for the first day's worth of fights, when I don't have really the parts to work with, are run up and shoot, charge, bomb charge, and then charge again, if I can. I don't always get the opportunity to get the second charge. My best ever time on that first fight is a 3:58. I was kind of slow on mashing to get into it, so that ended up costing me a little bit of time. But you're gonna lose time in this game no matter what you do. What? How? How did I talk to that guy? This is such a silly game sometimes. So because this guy is bulkier, I'm gonna be shooting him twice for every combo. Don't want to be close range because he's more likely to shoot me. So some parts I'll actually mash B because there'll only be like 1 or 2 text boxes, and if I mash A and B, which is what I normally do, I will end up talking to a character who I shouldn't, and waste time. There's about 4,000 total text boxes. Johnny knows the exact number, it's like 4,100 something, wherever. It's actually like impressive how much like effort some people in the community have put towards figuring out how much of everything there is. What the hell? Stop it. I'm gonna lose my time save here. So when I get to the Harry split, I'm just gonna outright skip it because that fight is not comparable. I had the best darn Harry I think I'm gonna get for a long time. I have a minute and a half of free time save later on in the run. Oh, no, wait, no, this is the run that doesn't have a death on it, I don't think. This is an uglier set of splits to compare to than the previous PV had. He hit himself with his own bomb. I really don't want to be point blank because he's going to shoot me with three-way and that downs instantly. Yo, gold split on the fourth fight. That's welcome. If this gets into the limit break, I definitely need to practice sections more, because later on in the run, I'm less familiar with the Robos. I'm generally familiar with what each one of them has, but there's little nuances to the strategies for each fight, and nuance is kind of the name of the game for this run. Alright, so in good old RPG fashion, we need to talk to everyone here. These guys all have interesting little bits of tutorial text to tell me. Thanks for the good luck. How you doing, my islands? Appreciate you popping in on the limit break discussion stream yesterday, Monday. The marathon? I'm not sure what marathon you're referring to. If you're talking about the stream that I did with Ghoul the other day, it went pretty well. Had consistently high turnout, surprisingly, for listening to two idiots talk about video games in what essentially amounts to a hobby. I feel like the problem with doing a show like that is you're never gonna avoid rubbing somebody the wrong way. But I think it's at least interesting to offer, you know, a different take on things, and Tried to offer my own spin on it. I wish I had more energy to inject into streams, though. Anyways, what have you been up to? Highwinds. Have you been doing any more RVO runs lately? I don't think I've been able to catch you stream, but I haven't really known if you stream because I follow so many channels, and it's hard to keep up tabs with everyone. Here I want to hold A the entire time because I saw the dice block start at 3, which means it was going to tick over eventually. Ah, darn. I was afraid of that. There is a bit of a jerk. Darn, I pressed R to try and deploy a bomb, but it didn't work. Oh, what? That sucked. By the way, Mr. C, have you been working on any runs lately? I know you talked about picking up Partners in Time, and you also were doing Rocket Slime for a while. Weeks off, nice. Are you a college student or high school student? I don't think I've ever asked this of you. Darn, I meant to throw a bomb there. I guess I didn't hit the R button hard enough. Oh, come on, game. Okay, to be behind 15 seconds here is not a tragedy. University? Okay, so post-primary school, I think, is what they call it in Europe. Everywhere kind of has a different term for it. What do you study? I'm just trying to kill some time right here because day 2 is some rather low-key fights. I'll take that time save. Automatic and robotic. Gosh, I don't think I could stomach a lot of math, personally. Yeah, man, if you haven't done runs in a while, it's usually gonna kind of stink to come back to, especially a game with as much routing as that has. So, you know, anything is progress. This enemy here is called a buggy. It's really tricky to deal with. I'll take that time save. I'll come back into the red, or into the green. It just blew on my stream because I like having colorblind friendly color palettes. Yeah. You always gotta get used to the RNG with that one. Yeah, I don't think I could stomach a lot of math personally. It's not that it's super hard, it's just that it's busy work that I don't particularly find fulfilling. Okay, I was just barely able to get the stun and charge. Okay, I was able to at least get the stun off. Knock it off, Buggy. That was a garbage fight. Okay, if you're not in the Partners in Time Discord, I can hook you up with my routes for the game. I have a beginner and a more advanced route for any percent. The beginner route is definitely far from suboptimal because you play a lot more of the game. It's basically the route I used for any percent for a while until the Chain Chomp Dire Pow strat came about. That way you can have both to learn from if you'd like to learn just the basics without having to worry about getting super into pocket chomps, because the pocket chomps are what really make it hard. I call it a beginner route, but it does still use skips. If you really would like to, you can learn off of like the old Anwanu any percent route, where the only real hard parts are the actual bros items and the money glitch. I hate these models that are like really floaty, like Criminal here. Because it's hard to time your bomb charge. Huh. Good time save. The marathon went alright. What did you do a marathon for? Are you talking about Turbo Dog's marathon? Because I remember I think I saw your name on that schedule. That marathon looked cool. I submitted Partners in Time for it, but you know, a one-day marathon, you're not going to have too much room for that, and there's already Shadow Hearts Covenant with a lot more flexibility. So I have a lot of time on this next fight to save. I promise so I stream tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I plan to make up for the lack of the East 3 stream, and I'll stream East 3 tomorrow if I do stream. Made it underestimates all as well? Good. As long as you get it underestimate and you have fun, the two big concerns. Okay, so the test exams are questions are middle, top, bottom, bottom, top, bottom, bottom, top, bottom. I had to take that a little slowly at the end there because I missed two questions because this game has lag every single text box. Easathon. Okay, so I don't do anything here because it started at a 4. actually probably should have just shot him and took the damage rather than try and move. Darn, he cancelled me. I was trying to be aggressive there and it didn't pay off. Wasn't sure if that would hit, so that was good. I'm gonna lose time here, or not save much, one of the two. Yeah, I lost time. See, it's cool to mess up on that particular spot, because you have the option to miss up to 2 questions, then I have to take it slow. I do go slow on certain parts too, like in Partners in Time. I don't like the idea of, you know, I say 5 seconds and increase the chances that I reset by like 50% in the first 15 minutes. Because of how boring the intro is to that game. Alright, so I think I've explained the plot of this game a lot whenever I stream this. So I won't get too into it this time. Dum 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 dee dum. Down. Cool. FFT speedruns. I've never picked too many menu-driven RPGs. At least with Cthulhu and Breath of Death, it's like generally very forgiving, and it's so fast. This is why I love them. Good start. Back in the blue. So I think you said at one point Tactics was your favorite game. Was this true, Highlands? Or like one of your favorite games? I think the big thing for me is, like, I hate the idea that I can't run my favorite games. Like, none of my games that I speedrun are anything that I would call among my favorites. Like, casually. Okay, we'll focus on yellow. Shit, I should have rolled one there. Oh, there. Dang, I made a mistake. It's gonna cost me. I did try learning the start of Mother 3. Fuck off, Green. Darn it, Harry, ruining everything. just such a trash fight right now. They're doing everything they can to avoid. Yeah. What is your favorite game, Mr. C? What is everybody's favorite game? I want to know. And why is it your favorite? My favorite is Mother 3, because I'm a dreadfully dull person. No, I'm just kidding. Oh. I see. I don't know, that one was always an interesting case to me. I never knew if... It never struck me as the kind of game that I would see as somebody's favorite, so that's interesting to know. It's genuinely an adorable, wonderful little game that I think didn't get enough love. I convinced my friend to buy it so he could play multiplayer. Multiplayer for that game was amazing. Also, shout out to the best laugh ever. Look how the two idiots in the back start nodding their heads. Man, I hate that guy. Now, Harry, it's rude to tell people that when they're not there to listen. I hate when people talk behind my back. That's why I dislike subtweeting. It sounds like you're talking behind somebody's back when you subtweet, so I try as hard as I can to avoid doing it. It's like, hey guys, there's this one person who's saying really dumb stuff. I'm not gonna actually call them out for it. I'm not actually gonna, like, you know, settle this. I'm just gonna sit here and, like, preach to my own choir. Alright, so now that I have the metal ape, right now is when I want to grab the parts. This is the wrong way to go. I just lost 2 seconds automatically. Or so I've been told. I don't know exactly how much time it is. You're supposed to take the path through Guard. Yes, right here. So this one's called Sword of Evil Guy because evil is not actually evil. He's just kind of a jerk. So Highlands, I think you may have mentioned this before, but we need to book a reservation for Red Iguana at some point at Limit Break. I think I'm only going to be there until, like, from the 15th to the 20th, to the... Ends on the 19th, so till the 20th. Which is kind of funny because there are two other people who I know that will probably only be able to make it later in the week. Who was it that mentioned that? Red Iguana, not Red Iguana. What's the Mexican place that's down there? There's like a Mexican place that's there. It takes like, you have to like wait in line 2 hours. It's like really good food, from what I've heard. I don't know if it was you who I talked about that. Gosh, I'm mixing up conversations now. Oh. Well, then we need to get Mexican. I need to have Mexican at 1 limit break, at least. I've never had it. Haven't had limit break. My menuing is terrible. Let's go Golden 8 this time. Oh, what? Charged twice. That's never happened. He charged the third time. Why are they charging so much? Jeez. I lost time there because they could not stop downing me with charges. That's never happened, dude. Am I dropping frames? Looks like I'm dropping frames on my end. I don't know, I kind of want to hook up a double monitor setup, but I'm scared that that's going to do something janky to my setup. It looks like I dropped some. Crashed at the Village Inn a couple of times. I feel like I haven't really gotten the full Salt Lake City experience at any of the time at Limit Break, and sadly this year I'm probably going to be there even fewer days than I was last year. Like this year's probably going to be a Wednesday to Sunday deal instead of my usual Tuesday to Sunday, or last year Monday to Saturday. Wow, he actually beat me at the start of the fight. Oh, come on. Immediate rebirth. That sucks. I mashed A and B to skip text. I used my left thumb on B and my right thumb on A. Kind of picks up on my mic from time to time. Now, just because I am running against, you know, GameCube on a Wii, even though I do have plenty of time to save, it still depends on whether I can execute. And I'm hitting some really bad luck with my starts. Char! Wow, this is garbage. We charged me the second we started. What is with their AI today? They're like never supposed to charge this much. I was not supposed to air dash there. Come on, game. I could have gone like 10 times better if it wasn't for that bad RNG at the start and him charging me. It's just furthermore bad RNG. I think I'm maybe just carrying in some bad emotion right now. feel kind of bad about not starting stream earlier. I've wanted to be more proactive about it, but every time I do, it just keeps, like, something gets in the way. Part of it is personal, too. I've just kind of been down with the case of the blues. RNG runs are fun. Because in this game, the RNG only dictates minor things for the most part. You have to adapt to the run, which is fun. There's this weird streamer dynamic that I feel like I'm struggling to kind of figure out. It's like, are streams for yourself or are your streams for others? Because streams should be fun first and foremost, but you still do it to put on entertainment. So it's like, the question really just comes down to like, do you stream for yourself or do you stream for others? And I really don't even really know what that answer is for me personally. I should not be saving time there. Because it's like, I feel bad when I do certain things the way I do with my stream. And as much as I want to tell myself, you know, I'm streaming for fun, I'm streaming for myself, it's not quite the case, and I shouldn't feel bad while streaming. Like, I'm having fun right now. Like, this game is still fun for me to run, so I am having fun doing this. It's just other stuff that's just kind of creeping in mentally. I mean to vent too much about my own personal stuff. But if you followed me, you know my streams tend to be rather stream of conscious. Yo, what the hell? 100 bits. Yo, thanks, Genesic. Dropping them 100 biddies. Thank you. How you doing, buddy? I did say if I'm streaming tomorrow, I'll actually be streaming East 3, which is one of my incentives from the East Marathon. I'm going to be a little slower on the N64 stuff, just because I've taken care of the ones from the requests from people who aren't stream regulars. Or rather, who aren't like, you know, my close personal friends. Anyways, man, you should probably get to sleep. No offense, I'm not trying to shoo you away from the stream, but... yeah, I mean, that's why I posted that I ask people not to, or that's why I posted I'm not gonna ping people with the stream people ping. I have a setting in my server, I know you're in my Discord server, where I can tag you in the group that gets tagged whenever I go live. You know, just send me, just let me know if you want to be a part of that. That way, you know, you can actually get a notification. Or not. It's up to you. I saved like half the possible time saved last time I did a run for the split, so hopefully I can save that again. Wasting my time. You know, I lost time in there and I still golded. Load screens. Jeff's coming back. Yo, nice. It's kind of ironic you say that. It's like, because that sounds like such a good thing. It's like freedom is gone. Where did that charge come from? Bro, but man, really, I think that narrows down any cons. We lost 10 seconds to gold there. Oh crap, I might take over. Okay, I didn't. Good. That could have been a goal. Oh, come on, damn it. Die! Please. That could have saved like 10 more seconds, but just wouldn't finish.
Cool.
If I was going perfectly until the last 30 HP, that's a bummer. Never lucky. What is a Super Mario RPG? Wanted to learn that game. But the TV I'm on doesn't lend itself well to super jumps. It's a silly reason for not running a game, I guess. Jump. I pressed A and B, so you shouldn't be getting knocked back that way. And the charging. Just knock it off, Evil. Yes, you need to be able to get 100 super jumps in a row. It's actually not that hard, it just takes a lot of time to learn the correct way to do it. And the problem is, it's hard to really find, like there's some really decent visual indicators that work on a CRT that don't really work on a HDTV like I run on. I can handle input delay just fine on this game. Nice job. Well, this is gonna suck. Damage her. It's not frame perfect. There's a 3-frame window after the 15th jump. Or 14th, one of the two. Huh, the second option doesn't really cost you any time. It's just the first one. Because getting 100 jumps lets you... Not only is it the most effective way of killing one of the bosses in the game, where you need 95 hits, but it's also... Hold on. It's also what you need to get a really useful item in the game. It makes the run a little easier at such a low level. First fight, I have so little time to save. It's rough coming straight off of a bad Marcia fight. The fight's hard to keep up with, and then it started off horribly. So it just kind of snowballed into time loss. Not the dentist chair, please. Talk to the gent in the lab coat. Yeah, Rocky Andy's manipulation will be nice. Also, hi PX. I didn't even say hi to you. How you been, man? So, as soon as you talk to that door, you hear glass shattering. Looks like somebody broke in. Evil suggests looking out for bombs, because they might have set up some explosives in here. Just kind of a weird thing somebody would do. They're trying to break in. Talk to Marcia, please. Trust no one. There's an answer for trust no one. I trust everyone, and it was an outside job. I kind of wish I saved my my two 10-46 splits, because those are more fun to run against. What times do I have to save? I have a lot to save on Sergey. This is gonna suck for a start. Well, let's split up again. Yeah, Evil's funny. He has some really great lines too. I like the part where you wipe his memory and he suddenly has the ability to create an arena. Post game is dumb. Okay, so that's a more favorable dice block start. He had his own bomb. Nice. Perfect. Even the bombs explode around me for additional fanfare. So this next guy's a little tricky. He has a shotgun which can down me instantly, and that wastes time, of course. I've come close to losing this fight before, but it's more worrisome because of the potential time loss. Also, he's on an ice arena, which is just trash, and I got the worst possible start with the ice block. He's not getting much better. Just on the outside end of his range, and the air dash right before he can do anything. I have a lot more time save in the coming days, so if I'm only behind 30 seconds right now, I can still get ahead. Alright, let's take her on. Ah, buzz off. Dear Tina, whatever her name is. I think that's the name of her model. Dang, dude. I'm already losing time to summer bests. Time did I lose there? Just 8 seconds. Dang. PB was a full minute ahead by this next split. This will be more fun to compete against, I guess. I'll leave that. So we gotta head to the coffee shop because an autonomous Robo that we've vaguely heard touches about before is causing a scene. Fun fact, the rubber on my GameCube joystick is worn off. Like I have to play on the hard plastic. So Surprisingly, it doesn't make running this game very hard. I might get some slight numbness on my thumb, but it's not too bad. It's not like Mario Sunshine where you're spinning the joystick for 6 hours. That's not how long the run takes, but that's like how long the average SMS runner seems to stay for. Charged, and my bomb didn't hit him. If there's one problem I have with standard bomb S, its hitbox is stupidly low, or small. Die, please. Die, please. This fight I have a lot of time save on, assuming it goes really darn well. So I'm comparing to just the days of my 21046, which is a much nicer comparison than my 21014. My goal is at sub 20946 specifically, because that would Bob M. Toms, who has 4th place, or 3rd place. My 21046 also has a minute 26 seconds of free time save by not dying on Rahu 2, or Rahu 1 refight. And my previous PB actually has about a 35-second time save, because I accidentally said to walk home, or that I would walk myself home rather than just do it automatically. There's text there. Too busy looking at Corey in the house DS speedruns on speedrun.com, where somebody named I Fucking Love Corey in the House has world record. Go figure. That's commitment to a meme right there. Something I can respect. Kinda like the I only save Ohio and I only save PogChamp in GDQ chats. Appreciate commitments to those things. I already talked to the girl, so I don't need to talk to her again. There we go. Talk to everybody. You know what I should do? I should just give up running everything I do and just get Twitch partner by just streaming meme games. Nobody truly occupies that niche on Twitch. They're meme streamers, but they're not streamers who solely stream speedruns and meme games. Pedals to the double Superman. I think after the limit break in Calithon submissions, I may just retire from running this game after I meet my goal for a while. Fun run, but it's got its flaws that start to wear on you over time. It's at least nice because it's one of the few games that I've run that I feel tangible signs of improvement. But there's just so much randomness to it, and so much repetitiveness to it is the real problem. The list for Limit Break is tentatively scheduled for Sunday. They did say if they need to take more time on the final touches, then they will. I'm going to focus down green. Knocked right to me. Thank you, Harry. Which I'll never say again. Not reading right, I'm getting knocked all over the place. These two get in a fight over how much they want something. The husband wants a toupee, the wife wants a handbag, and they get so angry that they want to take their frustration out on us, and they suddenly love each other again. Also, screw this particular round, because now we're stuck on the ice arena, because that's the husband's arena. Yo, something just happened. My chat client not come up with that. Huh? Hold on one sec. I saw the alert go off, but I can't hear alerts. So... I think somebody dropped a host? Thank you. Let me take a look. Sorry, my client in chat doesn't say who hosted. Okay. Let's focus on yellow here. Didn't really have a choice but to aim right there. Oh, it ticked over. Wow, dude, that sucks. Focus here. Sorry, I'll talk more in a second. Oh, really, dude? Come on. It's a secret to everyone. Yo, TurboDog, did you drop a host? Sorry, man. My alerts didn't go off, so I couldn't see, like, where that came from. Alright, thank you very much. Where are you tonight? What were you streaming? Kid Drac for Cali. Oh yeah, I remember actually seeing you were streaming some Game Boy looking game. Getting hit there for a second. That was really strange. This fight sucks because both models have, both of my opponents have bullets that knock me away, and my main strat is to be close range. Close range in this game, my bullets do a lot more damage because all of them connect rather than some of them in three-way gunshots. Alrighty, Genesik. Thanks for the good luck, and you have a wonderful night. Same with you, Mr. C, although I know you're starting your day off, basically. Hope you have a good one, man. So here our teammate, Miku, as we call her. It's not her actual name, but obvious resemblance. It's just completely down and mopey, so she doesn't want to fight. And Harry, being the insensitive jerk that he is, says, "Hey, Judge, I'm feeling sick. Can I swamp with her?" Sure. Never mind the fact that that kind of invalidates the whole point of a 2v2 tournament. Okay. Start on the 2, so I should be holding 1. Hold A now. Oh, wow, you downed me instantly. This fight stinks because my opponent has a bomb, I believe, that can just knock me down instantly, which wastes time. Yeah, we're back in the green. It's tournament final time. Also, shoutouts to Bees. So what all are you gonna submit to, Calithon, by the way? Also, you might not want to call it CA-thon because Jeff might get upset. Start thinking, do we need to rebrand again? Okay. Focus on yellow for here because yellow has bees, which can do a lot of damage. Yep, see, he's doing work. Red like a book, and she's behind the wall, so I could do the follow-up damage. And she just dove straight into the wall, so I couldn't do anything there. Wow, this is such a dumb fight. Things keep knocking me in the air, so I can't get good shots on. And he got down, so I didn't get the full charge damage. That's lame. There we go. I see. Three-way Harmony of Despair run back. So right here in my PB I said I'm gonna wander, which is one of the worst places that you can say that. You know, I probably could have submitted this to Turbo's Rad Marathon. I don't know, like, that's not saying you'd take it, but it would have actually given more options than just PIT. I think at the time I just felt like I didn't really want to run anything else. Has Soden been at every Calithon so far? Not sure if that would hurt its chances at something like all bosses save Richter. I don't know anything about Rad Raygun. What kind of game is that? I've heard the name. Hey man, I did not have hardly any availability to work with, so I went in with no expectations, so I was not remotely let down. Jank Game Boy Mega Man style game. So, good old run and gun. Absurdly broken in a good way or a bad way? That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I say this as somebody who runs East Origin where collision is just an idea. Like, if you can top East Origin, your game is really, really broken. I'm amazed that didn't tick over. Oh wow, I read him like a book, but he didn't rebirth in time. Oh what? The chooks! Let's get you baited for days. 15 seconds on that. That's kind of dumb. I do have a good amount of time save on this part though, so it's all good. Swerve and protect. The other way, dang it. Oops, that was a dumb decision of mine. So I was overtaking up for the second. Let me look this game up. Rad Ray Gun. Sounds like I'm saying, like, Reagan. Like, Ronald Reagan. And I suddenly really want to imagine a video game starring American politicians. Like, not even to talk politics, but there's just something intrinsically funny to me about the ideas of, like, video games featuring American politicians in history. Like, I once proposed an MMO, or not an MMO, a MOBA starring, like, just U.S. historical figures. Like, you have Teddy Roosevelt, George Washington, Abe Lincoln, and they just have, like, a berserker like Andrew Jackson. Game I know that's ever had anything like that was codenamed Steam for the 3DS, and that game was mediocre as shit. Super Red Ray Gun is apparently on Steam. Oops, I walked right past him. Aww. Yo, the combo. That was super cool. So if you didn't see what I did there, I threw the bomb, which caused him to rebirth immediately. And then I shot him, which meant that he hits the lava. He bounces upwards and hits my bullets. And then he hits the lava again, all for like 370 damage instantly. Also, Roy's not really our boy. It's just an expression. Roy's a jerk in this game. Wait, I was wrong. I'm Thomas fourth. Never mind. Stun bomb putting in work. Yo, he'll never get a mirror fight that good again. That was stupid. That was so fucked. I just single-handedly brought some of my best from 157.50 to 157.40, or 157.30, something. I'll take that. That fight's so hard to compete against, so losing 3 seconds is not a huge deal. Now, this is a fight where I expect to actually start to lose some time. So this fight is the hardest fight in the entire game, other than the final fight. Because the final fight is in a class of its own. Just hope for good RNG at the start. This is actually pretty decent RNG. Oh no, I blew it. I was, what the hell? Why, I'm not even hitting X. Why was I charging? I was not hitting X. My controller just freaking out on me now? I'll take only losing 5 seconds on that fight. It's so dumb. My opponent, was it that robot? Alright. So that's done. Thank goodness. That's a stressful fight. I've had one fight ever where I was actually above 500 HP, because this whole thing is he flies around and he shoots back at you. And he has overpowered parts. So, yeah, even casually, you're gonna probably die there a lot. So like how Ernest starts off yelling at you like that. So here it's actually faster to go this way. I messed this up earlier in the game, but it's slightly faster to take this route. So Turbo, what are the chances you make it to Limit Break this year? Because I know last year there was a small bit of concern. I'd still enjoy seeing you again. I'm kind of trying to get a gauge on like who all's going this year. not in the kind of situation I was in last year. So I can definitely go. I thankfully have my family to thank for that. Basically my entire birthday for Christmas, my family had no idea what to get me, so they just got me literally gift cards to an airline, and they're like, here, you can pay for your trip yourself. Like, that is actually one of the best gifts I could have hoped for. Yeah, money and such will always be a bit rough. There's a big reason I did the East Marathon in such a sellout way was so I could at least have something I could dip into if need be, because SGDQ was quite a lot, and I wouldn't have done SGDQ like had it not been for that game getting in. Kind of just felt like I owed it to the community to be there for that showcase opportunity that we've been wanting for so long. Charged me, son of a gun. I had 40 seconds to save there, holy fish. I see, so is it a case of, if you get into limit break, you won't be going to Calithon and vice versa? Well, not strictly vice versa, but like, if you get into Calithon, you won't go to, or if you get into limit break, Calithon's like the backup. Yeah, I'm lucky that, well actually I really shouldn't say that because my location really only helps for travel. It's only about $10 to go to San Francisco via train. Unless Caltrain up their prices. And then it's 3 nights at a hotel. I'm gonna be staying Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I may stay Sunday, depending on a very, very specific circumstance, which would be if Partners in Time got in and it got in as the finale, I would stay until the end. So, I just love this idea if you like explain it out of context. Within the police office's bathroom is a passage to an underground tunnel that takes you outside of the dome and into this destroyed planet Earth that you once lived on. It's like, what a conspiracy. Also, the world is flat and has a huge wall. Elon Musk proved yesterday that that's not true. We didn't really talk about that just because I think both you and Kyo said if the run goes to somebody, prefer it be to Palmer. So that might have just been us like noticing that part of the submission and taking it as like, oh well, this is probably going to be a solo run. But you know, a race is not. The thing is, it's definitely a bubble pick just on the basis of it was in recently, and it is a fairly obscure game. But like, from the community end of things, I do think it's a fantastic submission. If it hadn't have been in 2016, I would have called it a darn sure thing. And I still think it's a really solid submission. I think Ghoul had it on his list, and it was like one of the last cuts online. Like for our like submission show that we did. So I need to make sure I answer to the top answer here. Otherwise, I will end up having to repeat the text box until I say yes, or until I get the bad ending of the game. For what it's worth, I think Parasite Eve is a fantastic, like, just concept for a video game in general, and the speedrun seems to lend itself well to playing it. Twitch integration for Domino? Huh. Yeah, so we briefly touched up on each submission, but we didn't like thoroughly read every single one, because there was a lot of walls of text that people posted, and the selection committee actually does read those in full. I mean, they had to if they were to get through Bowie's like humongous wall of text that he did the first time he submitted to Limit Break. I think that definitely sold them a little bit more on that game. How many RPG Limit Break prediction shows have there been? There's me and Ghoul, there's Devin Karaoke, and Green Z Saber. Yeah, I just wasn't sold on the game itself for what I saw. There's a lot of picks too that, you know, we have to think about, like, what do we think they'll do? And we go with the decisions that are like at least 30% likely to happen. There are certainly going to be a few that are like 25% chance or less from our perspective. So our predictions are much more general, whereas the committee itself will have more leeway. He's gonna take over to 6, which is good. Darn, I would have got a lot more damage there. I lost 10 seconds on that. I'll have to give that a look. Like, you know, the more fun category of that game.
save time. By the way, Turbo, I submitted a Cthulhu to Calithon. Any chance I could ask you if you do get to make it, if you'd be interested in commentating for that again? Because I didn't really know how much you knew about the game for Limit Break. That was fun to actually be there for. This is just kind of preemptive to kind of gauge where that would be at. But you know, I felt like we're fans game. Aren't you a real gun? That sucks. I'll have to ask for some advice on that. I'd love to be able to commentate for more games, but I noticed there was a situation I got kind of stuck in. It was at Limit Break 2016 when I was couching for Baldur's Gate, which I was literally only couching because me, Devin, and GCN were the only people in the room. And he said, hey, you guys just want to sit here? This is going to be like a 20-minute long run, and more people on the couch will like make it look better. And I was stumped on what to ask because I don't even know that genre of game very well. So I asked like one kind of serious, insightful layman's type question, and that was about it. So much time I could theoretically save there. Kind of just stinks because there are several genres of game I'm just absolutely clueless about. Oh, I meant like as a commentator. Like, I can't show passion that well for a game I don't know much about, unless it's just so inherently entertaining by itself that I can just, you know, pull out the hype. Which, if you've seen me commentate before, I'm not really a hype kind of guy. It was genuinely kind of awkward getting cast to host F-Zero GX. Limit Break, or I mean at Calithon last year. I'm like, you're giving me one of the hypest games of all time to host. I do not have that kind of like it sounds so fake most of the time when I try and be hype. Yeah, and that's one of the things I think that's carried over in many of his marathon runs. Like, if you're able to help him, like, as a commentator, just help him better show off the passion he has for that game. Like, his marathon runs would be, like, extraordinary. That's part of why I think his Shots Fired run that he did with Bull, who initially got out of the game, like, definitely was one of my favorite runs that I think I've ever seen him do, along with his pitch runs. That gold is a long time coming. Yeah. say the story with my Hi Whale attachment. There it is. For my DDQ run, I actually didn't really do a whole lot of preparation. I did a lot of preparation by myself at home, because I really wanted it to go over well. But like at the event, I did not do hardly any practice with my commentary team, because I felt like it would ruin what we had going. If that makes sense. Because practice room, we were having so much darn fun that, like, we were lucky nobody else was in the private practice room, because we might have gotten in trouble for just being goofy and laughing about all sorts of dumb stuff. It was like at that moment you kind of realize, okay, I cannot possibly structure this commentary in such a way that I think will make it more enjoyable than what we already have. It's like, I will sacrifice. That would sacrifice them being, you know, as much fun in favor of, you know, rushed commentary practice. So I do need to do more work on marathon runs, but I at least feel like I'm experienced enough with them to kind of gauge my commentary team and what they're good at and what they're not good at. This fight's interesting because one of the Robos has a shotgun. My PB depends on Roy. Or my PB lost a lot of time because of Roy, so time save here depends on whether or not Roy's a chump. So I need to focus on Yellow. Yellow has a shotgun, but it's pretty flimsy, so 1 or 2 rounds of shots, depending on how close I am, will knock me down instantly. Darn, I air dashed when I shouldn't have. The habit of mashing instead of pressing A and B simultaneously once is leading to the death of so much time. This guy has super jump height, which sucks because it makes trying to corner him impossible. I had 17 seconds to save and lost 12. So Roy gets his one cool moment of the run, which isn't actually anything he does in combat because all your AIs except for Marcia are useless. Fights these 3 off, one on 3. wins, which is kind of badass. Bum, 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 bum. I like how they have this epic music that only plays here once for the entire playthrough of the game. I don't even think it appears in Grand Battle anywhere. This fight's 1v3. It's a prob stomp. Oh, I ticked over. Crap. Come on, Aboro. Don't do me this way. Just keep getting hit over and over until you die. As quick as God. Spent that whole fight wasting time. I wasn't able to get close to him because he kept dashing away. I like how Sergey gets called so many names in this game. He gets called Scum. He gets called a scoundrel. So the amount of time I had to save here is basically random. I can still end up losing time, which would suck, but it's a very real possibility. How did I lose more time? Son of a... PB had a garbage Rahu too. I think it's quite ironic because I think Rahu is the name of an ancient Indian god of life. I've met two people with the first name of Rahu. It's hard to not giggle because of this game. It's like, it has nothing to do with them, but it's also part of this game's just utterly ridiculous plotline. We get a massive info dump right here, and I have to mash for 2 minutes straight. Getting a little break here and there, like right there. Hands. Walks over to her. Walks back.
There's several save prompts in that, just to give you an idea of how long this scene is. There are 3 save prompts in between. One of these days I will play this game that Pink Pajamas streamed, called It's Our Revolution, or Boku no Daikome, I think is what it translates from. It's like, if you think this game's 6 and 7 man conga lines are ridiculous, that game has hundreds. It's basically Snake, but in an RPG form. So what do I need to do to get Custom Robo in? To Calithon or to Limit Break? 'Cause to Limit Break, there's nothing I can really do other than offer. To Calithon? I don't know. I mean, I'd consider just buying a copy of the game and offering it as a prize, because this is a genuinely good video game. It didn't get a whole lot of love. Charged into my face without actually hitting. And you hurt yourself in the lava. This is an amazing video game. Like, it's not a competitive enough game. There's several balancing issues. So that keeps it from being like a genuine, like a genuine competitive game, but as a party fighter, it is, in my opinion, the second best party fighter for the Nintendo GameCube behind Melee. Which Melee is sort of in that halfway point between party and fighter. It works as both. Had 31 seconds to save there, holy moly. The nice thing is it gives you 2 lengthy campaigns. Like, it gives you 6-hour to 8-hour story mode, which in speedrun setting is just barely over 2 hours. It's not a great ratio, but it's very much about just like optimizing the little stuff. Alright, I need to make sure I don't refuse here, otherwise run's dead. I have to refuse each of these. that. And then there's Grand Battle, which is where you get all the really cool parts. And it has multiplayer, which may not be super great competitively, but friendlies in multiplayer are usually good for at least an hour to an hour and a half of entertainment. I've always enjoyed my sessions because it starts off with, like, you know, actually coming up with serious loadouts and interesting strategies, and then it becomes like, hey, what's the dumbest thing we can come up with? And then you just have like 15 minutes of just dumb fun, and that's Custom Robo. So this fight's annoying because there's this rotating, effectively the merry-go-round doubles as just like a rotating wall. The split is actually a remnant of an older time. The end of maze split was for specifically when you get through the end of the maze, because there is the possibility of getting into encounters here. The maze is the only place in this game where there are effectively really non-fixed battles. There's the option for a non-fixed battle scenario. There's like 9 floorboards, which will trigger a Z Syndicate guy to pop out, and then that would cause a fight. There's a specific janky route through this maze that doesn't cause any fights. And it's genuinely neat how it came about. Like, for a long time we thought 2 was the minimum, and then I think it was Razor community when it found out how to just go about doing it without any, in a very long and janky setup that ultimately works really well. So like here, squeeze around this wall, kind of tight turn, angle this way, down there, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in true Z Syndicate fashion, the final fight of the game is against a model called a Dower Head. I should probably note this gold split here is not my absolute best time on this fight. It's just I'm like 99% sure my absolute best time got lost somewhere against an impossible split. Jumps really, really high.
26 seconds of save between these two. That's not good. Since ideally I'll get a 2:08 this run, if this PB is at my current pace. A 2:08.50 would be nice. So this game has a twins plot twist. The story in this game is really worth playing because it takes itself so seriously at parts, and it's so funny because of it. And never mind that, like, just there's so much just funny flavor text throughout the run, or throughout the playthrough, that I'm pretty sure some of it was just injected in by the localization team. They had a lot of fun with this game, and it shows. It's like, they don't turn it into an outright parody of itself, but they just have those little moments that are just so good. Darn, everyone starts off at 1. And I got knocked down because red is restarting. Stop it. Pick somebody else, Jesus Christ. I might die here because, you know, the one I want to focus is being an asshole. Holy fuck. I am so angry right now. Fucking come on. Okay. I need to get aggressive now. Huh? How? Lost a minute on my summer burst? That doesn't make sense. We probably lost like 30 seconds to my summer best there, but not a minute. Alright, if I don't screw this up, this should be a 2:09. I don't need to mash there, what am I doing? Need to hold up and press A. So, to give you an idea of how stupid this boss is, every Robo in this game has a defense stat that makes him harder to kill than others. This guy's defense is so jacked. It's basically like hitting an enemy has 5 times normal defense. It's between when it's down and when it rebirths is 1 frame, so you never have opportunity to damage him while he's down, which means that downing him is actually bad, because now you have time where you can't inflict damage on him. The best you can hope for is to stun lock him, and if he aims for you, it's sometimes a good idea to charge him, because he'll just clear whatever he's doing. Even though it creates that rebirth that you don't want, it's genuinely better than, you know, taking 300 damage, which can happen quite easily. charging him and downing him will only do about 20 damage. So, damage from charge is not worth it. You're better off shooting with your gun bullets. Oh, it's not a 208. That luck at the end was so nice. Yeah, boy! Get bopped, M-Toms. Get bopped. I did not think that this run would be sub 210. Like, gosh, how far was I behind at my peak? 43 seconds? GG. It was all because of you, Highlands. You wishing me good luck. I actually didn't get particularly great luck this run. It was just, you know, better play. And probably better luck in certain parts when I would have needed it. I will never top this mirror fight. Like, where is it? This fight? The one at the bottom here? I will never top that. Dang, dude. Finally, a PB. Sub 210 is real. Now, part of this was certainly, the switch over to Wii. Oh snap, I just realized I had my game volume set way higher than it needed to be. I apologize if I was hard to hear at all during that stream.